right, fight fans, here we go now in the cage. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division, presented to you by SparStar Promotions. This bout is sponsored in part by Yo Roy Tate. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Franklin Aguirre. And now, introducing to you first, on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing black and white trunks. He is training out of Team Body Shop in Long Beach by way of Chihuahua, Mexico. He weighed in 145 pounds. His record, no wins with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Eduardo Nevarez. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing blue and white trunks. He is training out of Tillis BJJ, Whittier, California. He weighed in 145 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Carlos Snakers Cardenas. All right, fans, here we go. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the featherweight division.
Okay, John, we are in the second to last fight.
Yep, and also the second Tillis versus Raul Rosas fight.
Oh boy,
I know. I don't know how it worked out, where the corners ended up that way, but and right away, Edward connecting against Carlos. Oh, good left hand. Carlos standing southpaw. Edward with a good inside leg kick. Stepping in overhand right from Edward does not connect. He is really pressuring Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos looks a little bit a little bit lost out there. Yep, and good.
That'll count as a power slam.
Good lift. Yeah, Carlos looks like he was just like a little bit hesitant.
Yeah.
And overwhelmed by the by just being out on the big stage and being in his first fight, which I can't blame him. Edward, on the other hand, is just trying to put this fight to rest. Throw a lot of volume and get out of there early.
And we're talking a little bit about being tentative. It's just sometimes it works in your favor, and then sometimes you just kind of leave yourself open. We're not quite sure what the intent of it or the result of it's going to be yet, John, but you do get nervous when you see him kind of holding back, and now in the clinch, you're starting to see him come alive.
Yeah, sometimes, this is his debut fight, so it's hard to say. Sometimes just the adrenaline dump hits you, and you just don't deal with it in the best way.
Yeah.
But as long as he doesn't get, as long as the fight doesn't get finished while that's happening, and he can get by that, maybe get hit a couple of times, and that'll wake you up. And then you can get into the fight and get your game off, but you don't want to see him out there just standing in front, flat-footed of his opponent. That's where you can get clipped and put away. So, and Edward has definitely had a pace going for him there, so it's a little bit dangerous. You don't have a lot of time to find your footing. But this one did make it out of the first round, so let's see if Carlos makes the necessary adjustments. It looked like towards the end of that first round, like you were saying, he was doing some things that were beneficial to him, making some good underhooks and overhooks, and trying to find his way back into this fight, or into the fight in the first place.
What's difficult is you get a sense of a fighter within the first few seconds, and in this case, it's hard because we don't have necessarily a ton of tape on him.
Yeah.
So then when you start seeing how he reacts, you're like, okay, maybe the first fight jitters, maybe that's just how he is, or maybe he's just somebody who works better in the clinch. So these are things that you try to figure out as it's happening live in real time.
Could be. I'd like to see him get to that clinch a little
Agreed.
safer and a little quicker, though, if possible. Here, switching to orthodox for a second and back to southpaw.
And then on this side, you got
another side kick.
Eduardo,
Stepping in side kick.
Eduardo in that first round was cutting him off at so many different angles. So now in this one, he's not necessarily rushing. I think he's actually taking his time and probably feels like he can connect.
Yeah, Edward just really winging those right hands. And if one of those connects clean, that might be the end of the fight. And that's why it's so dangerous to stand flat-footed right in front of your opponent, the way Carlos has been. It's looking a little bit. He's moving a little bit better, starting to piece together some offense. Maybe he's not so hesitant to pull the trigger here.
And if you've ever seen any work from Team Body Shop, you know it is just work. It is very difficult to keep up with that output. Goes for a spinning back fist, doesn't find a home, and is now starting to whiff. And this is where I start to wonder, how much does that account into judges when they aren't necessarily connecting there, John?
I don't know. I mean, the judges don't. I wouldn't think that it'd play in the judge's mind, but it is exhausting.
Exactly.
If you throw a huge punch like that and you miss, it is so tiring. Oh, good spinning back kick, though, and that one landed flush. See, it looks like Carlos was, that could have been to the liver. It was a little bit in the middle, but off to that left side slightly. Carlos's right side, Edward's left side. And it looked like he was holding his stomach low. So it might have affected him. Let's see if he throws another body shot. 10 seconds left to go in round number 2. Goes for the high kick. Oh, good left hand, though. Carlos trying to throw a body kick here. And Carlos, he's just getting into the fight really well right towards the end of every round, it seems. Which might just end up being a little too late.
Well, consider this, though. The intel that he's getting from kind of taking that cautious road has kept him alive, because he's ducked at the right times. When those shots get loaded up there by Eduardo, he is putting so much into those strikes that if they did connect, we mentioned, that's probably going to be a problem for you. But you're noticing so many times he's whiffing, and now that second round, that output was not as high as it was in that first round.
Yeah, and he's not breathing as heavy as I would think that he would be breathing right now, but he did take a couple of real deep breaths right there. Let's see if his cardio starts to wane in this third round. But Carlos has got to piece something together. He's got to get to work. He can't win on just a couple of shots and then just being lucky that your opponent's missing you barely.
It's a critical third round for him. I'm not quite sure what he needs to do in terms of how you make the adjustments, but hopefully he's learned some of the timing here. But if not, it does look like Eduardo is ready to run away with this.
Good kick for Carlos. Another kick. Just seems quite a bit slower than Edward. Body shot. Oh, another body shot.
But notice how Edward is starting to bleed at the nose here.
Yeah, he ate and here Carlos is opening up now.
I mean,
good to see.
This is the time to come alive.
Yes. Oh, good. Another good body kick from Edward. Spinning back fist, getting a little wild. Carlos is starting to find his way too, so this could be, and Carlos did connect with at least one really big shot in that second round. Throws a knee, falls down. Edward jumps on top of him. He's got a front head and arm.
Mostly going to use that for control.
Good hand fighting, good knee.
Good time for a knee there by Carlos, but does get a dump here. If he's going to pass, he's kind of combining those legs. That's going to be a very big moment here for the last 49 seconds. And, John, where do you think he's going next?
Oh, Dagestani handcuffs right to the back. He's
making a trip on over to Dagestan.
Yes, he is. And going for this rear naked choke. It looked like he had the hand position for a second. I think, did Carlos tap? Looked like he tapped.
It's hard for me to say.
Maybe he took like a shot to the back of the head. He was trying to indicate that to the ref, but here Edward trying to throw in a triangle, and that was a great transition.
It is, and that arm could be
he's got it in there.
Danger too, John.
Good lift, good slam, and now some good punches. Got to worry about that arm.
Oh, I thought he tapped.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to tap.
I thought
10 seconds left. Oh, Edward needs to take that arm. He should finish this one. Extend those legs.
The hard part is, I think
the arm's out now.
Just enough time for him to survive. But, man,
exciting fight.
It gave us some truly exciting moments, and especially toward the end, there was a huge payoff here. And you're going to see, a jump to the cage for young Eduardo Nevarez, and the crowd very much on his side, cheering along with him, raising some beers. And Julian Hanna, winner of Fight of the Night, or Fight of the Year, I should say, out there clapping for him. I had some nice words with Julian backstage. He was very nice. He was a good kid.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good kid.
Yeah, that fight was great between him and Lizardo.
Well, John, it's about that time.
Yep. You going to head cage side?
I'm going to head cage side, and I'm intrigued to see what the result is. But it looks like it could be a certain good day here.
Here's
for
a replay.
Eduardo.
Yeah, I would, if I was a bet man, that's probably what I'd go for too. That was that big slam. Here's this locked hands double. Pulls him away from the cage, elevates him. Really nicely done. Here's that back take, and then ends up on bottom, but a beautiful transition into a triangle.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges cage side scored the bout 30-27 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, the blue corner, Eduardo Nevarez.
Ladies and gents, I'm here with your winner. Do you prefer Eduardo or Eduardo? Congratulations, sir. What an epic fight. And all around, a fun from start to finish fight. How are you feeling in this moment?
Primero que nada, le quiero agradecer a Dios que solo es Él que vio todo el trabajo y sacrificio que hice para llegar aquí el día de hoy. Le quiero agradecer a mi mamá, a mi abuela. Ellas son la razón que soy el hombre que soy el día de hoy. Y pues nada, espero que le gustó la pelea. Trabajé duro. Gracias.
Even if you don't speak Spanish, you know shouting out the grandma always A+ work. Sir, what's happening next for you?
March 15th, I'm back. I'm gonna go eat some tacos. Yeah, March 15th, I'm back. I'm gonna come for that title.
My man, you looked so good out there. I'm not sure if we do not have highlight finishes because you were so good all the way around, but you didn't leave one area neglected. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, all around, excellent fight. So cheers to you, sir. Go enjoy your night. Ladies and gentlemen, get this man some tacos and give it up for Eduardo Nevarez.
Well, there you have it. Congrats to Eduardo. Got that unanimous decision. All 3 judges scoring that one 30-27. So they gave all the rounds to Eduardo. Great job. Definitely looked more experienced beyond just second amateur fight.